broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the after show for Faking It. We've got nuclear prom that we're discussing tonight. Sorry, it is a couple of days late. Cortez had some, personal issues.
Why you had to throw that all on me right there, like that? They don't know that. You just had to throw it out on me like that.
I just enjoy making fun of you sometimes. Anyways, I'm your host, Sterling Cates. You can find me on Twitter at Sterling Cates, and right next to me is my favorite person in the whole entire world.
Lies! Boom! What's going on, everyone? Welcome. I'm Cortez G West. You can follow me on all social medias as Cortez G as in giraffe West.
G as in giraffe. I haven't heard you do that one yet.
Well, because people do say, are you saying G or B or C or D?
Gotcha.
G as in giraffe.
Thanks for clearing that up for us, all of your fans out here.
I don't have fans, I have supporters.
That's right. I have heard you say that one before.
Boom.
All right, let's get right into it. So
I'm gonna let you guys know right now.
Okay, go ahead. Cortez, you don't have to.
No. I'm just gonna let y'all know. This is the very first episode that I was not able to see fully before reviewing. Boom.
Yeah. And this might be my favorite thing that's ever happened, because now I get to tell you anything that possibly could have happened, and you can believe me.
And you get to watch my reaction.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I'll be basically, and you guys tweet us, pretty much tweet us.
Wait, hold on. Can I ask you guys to do something, those who are watching this live? Please tweet Cortez at Cortez G West, just like really crazy things that actually didn't happen, but
no, because I don't know which one is real, and now it's going to be like really weird.
But don't worry, guys. I watched it just for you guys.
Good, and we're going to talk about it together.
Yeah, there you go. So I'll explain it to you, Cortez.
Thank you. And I'll be those people that have not seen it and listening. I'm like, oh, wow, really? Okay,
we'll see if you're that shocked. Okay, so last week we found out that prom this year at Hester High is going to be mandatory. And
with a date.
You have to have a date. That's right. So this episode is all about the prom. We start off the day leading up to prom, and you've got Karma and Shane battling for Wade's attention, which, from the beginning, and you saw the beginning, you just know that this isn't going to end well, because they're bickering and they're battling for it.
And even Wade is like standing a little bit standoffish. He's like.
Well, he can feel the tension. I mean, who wants to be on a date with someone, let alone two people that are fighting the whole time?
Like when someone is fighting over you, you don't want to see it like at that time. You want to sit away from each other. You know what I'm saying? Like if someone is fighting for me, I don't want to see it in front of me.
It's just awkward.
Yeah.
It's a wrong MTV show. Another one called Awkward.
Awkward. Oh, yeah. Boom.
And then you have Amy and Karma out prom dress shopping, which, as a girl who went prom dress shopping, we had those like months before, not days before. Oh, yeah, Lord. That was like a thing. But anyways, so Amy mentions that she doesn't want her mom, Farrah, to find out that she's going with Felix, a boy.
And I understand.
Which is understandable, because she did work so hard to get her mom to accept her for not being exactly sure of her sexuality.
Well, no. For her not being straight, but still, Amy is not sure on what she really is.
Right, exactly. So she just doesn't want to confuse her mom with going back and forth or whatever.
Amy doesn't like labels. So,
right.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about the whole Karma, Shane, Wade situation, and Amy's asking Karma, which is a valid point about, she's like, are you sure you want to go with a guy that's into girls and into guys? And she's like, that doesn't bother you? And she's like, OMG, Reagan, I didn't know you were here, because that was that same thing that Amy went through with Reagan.
This is them discussing the Wade, Karma, and Shane situation during prom.
Right. So it's like that. So like Wade is kind of in the same situation that Amy is in, essentially, because he could go either way, whatever. But the funny thing about this is Amy was kind of like surprised about Karma even considering it when she just went through that with Reagan. So I thought that was funny.
So that's what I was asking. They were discussing this while they were dress shopping.
Okay, yeah.
Got it.
And then Karma chose a little red number that
V-net,
the V went to the V.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, you remember that line. He's like, oh yeah, I saw that part. And okay, so then we have Liam and Shane. Shane is talking about how he wants Wade to be just his. He wants all of his inches to be his. Yeah, whatever that line was.
I'm still shocked at some of the lines they put in this show. Like,
right.
This is high school, right?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, kids these days.
Well, it's Hector High, so
that's right.
There you go.
That's right. And also Liam's kind of in on the whole throuple date too, because he doesn't want Karma to end up with Wade. So he's kind of pulling for Shane in that regard because he wants Shane to get with Wade and not Karma.
Shane is going right back to the original Shane that we met.
That's right. Well,
last season.
That's what he said he was going to do. So,
He's
but
about
it's
to
really,
get
it's
under
really,
somebody.
that's right. Well, it's more about, I think for Karma and Shane, it's more about kind of battling each other and less about they actually like about Wade.
Yes,
right.
now it is because Shane just even the way he's talking, like he hasn't talked about Oscar in a minute.
Yeah, or Duke.
I mean, Duke, not Oscar. Duke.
Yeah. Well, he could have had a romantic thing with someone named
with
Oscar. And meanwhile, you have Sasha, Shane's older sister, pretending not to be into Liam, which is kind of driving him crazy a little bit because he knows she wants it, but she's like pretending she doesn't. Which, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. Have you ever played Hard to Get, Cortez? I'm gonna take that as a yes. But games are for children.
Yes,
that's what
right.
that's what Sasha says.
Like you,
yeah. Wow, Cortez, you just really retained a lot of that first 10 minutes of
hello.
the episode.
I'm a sponge here. Our engineer, our producer, was worried because I told him I didn't see it. He was like, "Yo, you guys are supposed to be on like right now." I was like, "I got you, bro.
We got this. Don't even worry." You're like, because you knew I'd be prepared. So that's
whatever.
Okay. Anyways, so then we have Theo and Lauren, and in typical Lauren fashion, she just wants everything to be perfect with prom. She's in charge of planning it, and but she's obviously upset that she has to hide her boyfriend. You know, and has to go with Tommy.
So is he, but like they're still at the fact that they're still hiding. Like for instance, for him having to go to the school in the storage room just for them to have a conversation.
Yeah, for 5 minutes at a time.
Well, it used to be 10, and then now this time she dropped it down for 5.
She does not have the time. Yeah, that's right. And then she's practicing with Tommy, who can't dance at all. But he's really trying to, you know, get it together for her. And then we have Farrah, who finds Felix while she was gardening. And she's obviously very excited that Amy is going with a boy. Well, she says a Felix. And wants him to come take early for pictures and, you know, do the whole thing. And I really like Felix in this particular scene in the kitchen. I don't know if you got this far. Okay.
Before prom?
Yes.
When he brought his tux,
when he brought the tuxes over to get her approval. And he was just like, you know what? You could wear a burlap sack for all I care. Yeah. Just be yourself, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, it's too itchy. There we go. I was like, oh, wow, I really like Felix.
I like, he's getting more, I guess you can say more social person, should I say? Yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah. Well, you can just tell that he doesn't really care that Amy, you know, isn't sure about anything yet.
Well, what I don't want us to get is see him having an interaction or see him having a relationship with Amy and us mistaken for him liking Amy.
He does like Amy.
I don't.
Yes, he does. Well, you didn't watch the whole episode.
Oh, that's right. Because at prom,
we'll talk about that.
At prom, he was. I remember now. Okay, got it.
That was that's pretty funny though. Okay, so then it's finally prom night. You've got Tommy over taking pictures with Lauren. Farrah and Bruce are kind of bickering because we know that they're going to the therapist after Farrah cheated on him with her, Amy's
Well, did we
dad.
confirm that she actually cheated on him, or were you guys?
Well, I'm assuming that they did because they're going to therapy and they talked about it.
She had her lingerie.
Yeah, they did a little, you know.
She got her some new.
They had a little sexy time together. And so the only thing that's interesting about Lauren taking pictures is that they were arguing. We know that they're going to a therapist, which we already knew. And
sensing a little passive aggression here.
That's right. That was pretty good, Cortez. But then fast forward, and Amy comes down wearing a suit, so she doesn't wear that.
Flabbergasted.
Flabbergasted.
Yes.
That's a great word.
I was really, really like, wow. I didn't know what to say.
And Farrah,
and then you walked in.
And Farrah, yeah, and then I walked in. And Farrah didn't know what to say either, so she just. But
I like how she played it off.
You look handsome.
Mm-hmm. But I like how she played it off.
She didn't really say anything. Yeah. Well, they start taking pictures, and I thought it was really cute how Felix. They kind of switched roles with taking pictures. You know how like the guy usually puts his hands around the girl and blah blah. Well, Amy like put her hands around Felix.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so they were like taking pictures kind of opposite of the traditional way. And Farrah was just kind of like, okay, can I just get one normal one? Like at least just hold hands. So they do that. But Amy thanks Felix for, you know, making this whole process bearable, but she is still holding his hand the whole time, so she still likes him, I think, a little bit.
She still like Wiener? Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know. Cortez. I think she just depends on the person, you know? So then at prom, Lauren's kind of freaking out because apparently the wrong decorations got sent to them and they went to a different high school. Like the decorations got switched, obviously. And so Lauren's like running around trying to fix everything. Meanwhile, Theo's texting her and is like, come meet me, like blah, 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 in the storage room, yada, yada. Which to me,
why has he been there?
Yeah, I was like, this is her prom night. Just let her
you
like enjoy
confirmed
it.
Dude. You gave the confirmation, so sit down somewhere.
Yeah. But she goes and meets him, and he set up the whole thing, like got lights and music, and like set up this whole secret prom situation.
Wait,
Theo did. Separate from the real prom.
So Lauren
by
did
themselves.
go meet him.
Lauren went and met him, but she didn't stay long because she had so much of responsibility for the prom
minutes.
or whatever.
Give him 5 minutes.
Yeah, but so it was like sweet that Theo set this whole thing up so that they could spend prom night together. But it's also selfish because this is a night that she wants to remember forever, like with her friends and her school and blah, blah. And, you know, they could essentially have that secret prom night anytime they want because it's not actually prom. Does that make sense?
Or it could have done it after the prom.
Yeah, right. So she leaves and is kind of back and forth with him the whole night. Wade walks in with his 2 prom dates. Karma and Shane are both wearing red, and he's like, I'm the only one here with 2 red hot dates.
Boo.
So, yeah.
Corny.
Yeah.
Yo, so Shane had on a red suit.
Yeah.
A full red suit.
And Karma says that the devil couldn't have worn it better himself.
Wow.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we do not have a lot of time. So we're going to go into what happens really quickly.
Okay, yeah.
Just because I'm getting a note that we have to start wrapping, unfortunately.
I read that note. I was trying to not see it, but go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. So we've got the throuple. Let's talk about that really quickly. So it's kind of back and forth. Karma decides to make this like a bachelor scene, like the reality show where it's a 2-on-1 date, blah, blah. So she steals Wade away, is like grinding all up on him on the dance floor. Shane joins them on the dance floor and suggests that they have a threesome. Mm-hmm. And despite Liam and Amy trying to convince them not to do it, they decide to do it, and they go to the hotel room. And we don't know if it's actually going to happen or not, but I'm assuming it does because in the preview they say it does.
Because they actually went to the hotel.
They went to the thing
we see them go to the hotel.
Because first of all, Karma sees Amy kiss Felix because but Karma the whole time is like mad about it because she doesn't want Amy to lead Felix on because Felix is her friend, which doesn't make any sense to me because Amy should be able to do whatever she wants. But she sees Felix and Amy kissing because they're having a great time on the date. They're like mocking other people there. He's getting her drinks, blah, blah. And at the end, Felix is like, Amy, you know, I don't know if we can do this. I wanted this to be something more. You obviously aren't sure, blah, blah, blah. And she grabs his face and kisses him. And then Karma sees that. And she's like, what is she doing? Blah, blah. And then after Sasha, like, leading Liam on, blah, 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 Shane telling Liam that he couldn't get with their sister because she's not interested, blah, blah. That's kind of like, Liam's like, no, she's definitely interested in me, blah, blah. He takes her behind like a curtain area, kisses her, is like, we can't do this, but I just wanted to like prove that I was right about you wanting me. And then they end up making out, obviously. And Shane and Karma walk in and see them making out. Obviously, that pisses both of them off. And
but why would that piss Karma?
Because it's his ex.
Oh,
yeah, because it's his ex, and like she's obviously not moved on. This whole Wade thing is just a distraction, and Shane obviously is pissed because he's making out with his sister, and so then they both decide in that moment, okay, this threesome is definitely happening, and so
because
they go and
fueled.
Yeah, now they're just like motivated to do it. So, but the whole time, like when they were talking about it, they were like, oh, it's not just actually going to happen. We're going to bluff this because like the threesome we've seen in the show before, it didn't actually happen.
I'm so sick of this Karma and Liam thing. This is just so stalkerish.
But so now the Shane and Karma are headed into the hotel room to have the threesome with Wade. And then Liam asked Sasha to go home with him, and because he's just like, well, we're already making out. Everyone's already mad at me. We might as well do it. Felix takes Amy home, and because she's obviously upset because Karma just got mad at her. Because Karma's point was, so Amy gets to be happy with Felix. Liam gets to be happy with Sasha. When am I going to be happy? You know, I might as well just have the threesome. Because she's the one who got screwed over in the first place by Liam and Amy sleeping together, and now they're off doing their separate things, and she's still left without anyone. So that's kind of like her motivation to have the threesome.
Why are you mad?
She's just really mad. And like Amy tried to stop her. She was like, I forbid you to do this. And she's like, you can't forbid me. Like, you have no right to tell me what to do. Anyways, and Liam tries to stop Shane from doing threesome, but then Shane's like, or what, you're going to sleep with my sister? And then Liam's like, all right, maybe I will. So he does. And then we have the last plot line is Lauren and Theo. And in the last, Lauren kind of leaves Theo hanging in the secret prom. He's like playing Words with Friends on his phone. And she is like, you know what? Either we go public or...
There you go, Lauren.
Or we got to break up.
Yeah.
So he's like, so what are you saying? Is it? It's over? And then he passes out and dies.
That was
I'm just kidding. I was going to see if he fell for it. Just kidding. They just broke up. He doesn't actually die. And so that happens. And yeah, so now we've got Lauren and Theo broken up. A threesome about to go down. Liam and Sasha going home together.
Liam
the pig and the ficus won homecoming. Or prom queen.
Liam is a whore.
Yeah, he's just trying to get down with the get down, Cortez.
Yeah, he just had everybody. And
then also just a side note, Mary Lambert, who is a singer, professional singer and songwriter, she did a song with Macklemore, and she's a really good song. She was singing at the prom, and she announced prom king and queen. So that's interesting. Little fun fact. Okay, well that was a really quick roundup.
Maybe we should do that all the time. Actually, no, I like talking. I like the fact that you guys like that we talk, because I was reading some of the comments and you guys have been talking about Kali and Roya not being here and stuff like that. I'm read your comments, so I got you guys.
Have
you guys been watching Crazy Ex-Girlfriend? On the CW?
It's really good.
Really?
Yeah. I like it a lot. It's pretty funny.
I don't believe you. Tell me about it.
I watch it the same way you watch Faking It. Okay. So I know I kind of like at that end part there just kind of went through things really quickly because we're low on time. But were there anything there that shocked you, surprised you?
More so, Amy in her attire for prom.
Yeah.
And then Theo was getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
With just being too needy.
I agree.
Right,
he was on my nerves too. I was just like, you know what?
Yeah. And then I feel like
selfish.
I know this is high school, so I understand it, but then I feel like Liam and Karma are getting just a little bit too much for me. Like,
yeah.
Move on or continue. Like, I don't feel like there's nothing stopping them. Now they just can't communicate and can't get on the same level. So obviously, do something. You know, like
I feel that.
Just do something, and then.
I don't know if I love the whole Liam Sasha thing though.
Well, I was gonna say if my best friend is sleeping, if I had like my best friend sleeping with my sister or something, I was trying to figure out how I would feel. I think it would depend on how I view my best friend, like how much, of a gentleman do I think my best man would be to my sister, or how much of a, because my best friend and I have talked about some things about girls that I don't
right,
want
each other's secrets, exactly. Right? So exactly.
It depends, but in this case, Shane is gay and Liam is not. So it's like I don't know.
And I'm sure Shane has done way worse things.
Exactly. So I don't know if they had those situations, but you guys, other than faking it, I hope you guys are making sure that you maybe have scooted on over and watched Crazy Ex-Girlfriend because I'm at 10 p.m. Eastern
on Mondays. Yeah, I think it's at 8, 7 Central. Perfect. Let's do predictions really quickly and give them our social media handles.
All right, let's go.
So we know that the threesome's going to happen for real. Mm-hmm. And Karma looks like it's going to go on like some sort of like binge.
But I don't think it's going to happen for real, because I don't see Shane being in the same room or having it going on with Karma.
You don't see Shane doing it?
I don't see Shane being in the same room trying to get it on with Karma.
Okay, well maybe in the previews they're just saying that they did and they really did. Potentially. All right, Cortez, where can the people find you?
Why I gotta go first?
Because I want you to go first.
You guys can all follow me on all social medias as Cortez G West.
As in
also
goat.
As in goat. G as in goat. We're trying to say I do have a big mouth. We're trying to say. Okay, anyway. Make sure you also follow us on AfterBuzz TV. Please stop by iTunes /AfterBuzz TV and rate us 5 stars. All right, you know what? Just do a 4 and 4.5 maybe, and then we can get better. So it's always good to improve. Then the music goes up.
Yeah. All right, you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Sterling Cates, and we will be back at our normal time on Monday.
Yes.
So we will see you then with our full episode. Sorry, this one was so quick.
Yes.
We'll see you on Monday. Thanks for tuning in.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.